It's probably too loud for you as well. Let's finish it through high rank. Yeah, baby level, but at the same time, like, I'd much rather be doing. Yeah, I think we'll do village. It's not like the balance from what I remember in Monster Hunter Tri is, you know, if you go into the hub, it's not like you should be going in naked. You're just gonna get destroyed by Baroth. I feel like it's an okay idea to like have a character that's like a little geared up. But I need to... We need to finish this. Alright, you know, if this is how far we're going, if this is the plan, I guess I don't need a power talent. Just finish the goddamn run. He's so powerful. Just waiting for this. The Kiriniko stuff to load. Did it load? Okay. So let's see here. If we want to finish today, we need to kill... Gormagala is an ogre? I'm confused. Oh, this is the village. Okay, no wonder I was confused. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. They say anything about the Dragon 2 release window? We're probably going to get the news on Tokyo Game Show about that. Shigaru, Astalos, and Rathian. Mizo, Malfescio, Gameth, Zamtrios, Brachy, Glavinus, Uragan. We're going to get a Diablos, then a Nakarkos. Well, Astalos and Rathian shouldn't be that bad. There's nothing new you want to play? I mean, if you're enjoying the games you have now, I mean, good for you, man. The cart is the biggest sin in Dragma. After that, though, everything's good. We're going to use this. I don't know how much damage Astalos takes from Dragon, but we worked so damn hard for this. I'm just going to use it. BattleBit? I've not heard of BattleBit. It's a weird quest to be an Urgent. Astalos and Rathian? Presumably they've got reduced health as well. Woo! 256 players in a match. Does it normally get full? It's always my issue with like the large multiplayer games is like what happens when there's like 10 guys. Open voice chat? Ooh. That's terrifying. I'm assuming there must be dedicated servers for that. Imagine being the peer-to-peer guy that's hosting 256 players. I have no idea where the monsters are. I mean, this Night Cafe on Gigabit might be able to handle it if everyone else was in Osaka. Hey. What sort of internet connection were you using to host the Tri server? Your router thought I was getting DDoSed? Half gigabit down and 50 up? 50 up's not even that much, really. It's good. I mean, I would take it. But for hosting a server, I'm assuming it's not a ton. Did you have to, like, root your router or something to get it to be like, no, dude, it's okay? In the cloud? Is that expensive to do? I remember there was a guy that was working on getting 4 3DS servers up hosted for Citra, and they were costing him like $100 a month. Hold on, I need to shake my barrel. Like, I think it was with Amazon Web Services, splitting cost amongst ourselves. You mind saying, like, what the costs are? It'd be interesting to see. I mean, I know it's problematic to, like, ask for money. You don't want Capcom, like, coming down on you, but... $100 a month? I mean, it's not bad as like a preservation passion project, but it's still not nothing. It's a shame stuff costs money like that. Been moving? Last time I saw you, I had hair. Hopefully your move went well. I'm just gonna do this. People are toxic in Street Fighter. Those fighting games, man, they could be tough, dude. Valor, Greed, US. Oh, interesting. Yeah, Server Gate City. Yeah, it was almost like really unnecessary. I don't know if maybe they just had like really big plans. Flarm? I got like 3 conversations going on at the same time. Well, it's good you took care of your grandpa. Superstar, I don't know if you are a bitch maid, but if you are, I mean, some people are probably, like, into that. And yeah, I remember, I forget the room I'd always pick. I always felt like I picked room 99. Or, like, room 100. Sometimes 420. Am I a Toto fan? Like... Do you want to see, like, the Rains in Africa? Toto fan, or...? I don't really know any of the other songs other than that one. That was a good break. I almost died from standing up. I don't want to do Hammer in that try playthrough. Hammer's so good in that game. They're touring in Japan next month? Holy crap. That is good news. They gotta be like... Aren't they like really old? I'm still, like, mystified by the hitbox of that attack. The Sandstorm will be running? That's amazing. So that means... discount items? On everything? I still think Try is the best-looking Monster Hunter game until World came out. I mean, it's arguably... looks better than Monster Hunter Rise. The Astalos. Planned in Diablo 4? I don't know, I haven't logged in since we got you added. Is it? I never did anything in it. Let's hit this guy with a paintball. Rise is at the bottom? I mean, it's fun for what it is. Just like not really a Monster Hunter game, that's all. Where did he just go? Clan doesn't play together? I could probably try and organize something, but like when I'm not streaming, I'm awake in the middle of the night. What about Frontier? What about it? It's got some good fights in there. With a lot of tweaking, it's a very good game. Yeah, hopefully we get like a Wyvern tier or something. This is not going great. Swarm! That wasn't Storm, that was Bug Blow. We landed the big hit, though. That's all that matters. good Nintendo Direct. I think my favorite thing from the Nintendo Direct is honestly Star Ocean. That game's a good game. I don't know how a remake is going to be. How much does Swarm do? It's like 8 per hit. As you level it up, it gets better. I think it scales off of your weapon damage and not your bug damage, as bizarre as that sounds. It's not a lot compared to some moves, but it does make your bug blow stronger. So if you got Swarm up and you do bug blow, you do extra damage. I don't know what else to say about it. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Star Ocean am I talking about? I'm talking about Star Ocean 2 R? They call it 2R or something? 2 Remake? It's coming out August? I forget exactly when they said it's releasing. There was one game that they were showing off that's coming out early October. That's going to be like kind of like a roguelike sort of crafting, dungeon delving thing that looked kind of like Rune Factory combat. And that looks good. I would want to play that. So yeah, if you're going to run Swarm, you should probably run Bug Blow to get the value at the end. And then whatever your third skill is, doesn't matter. Oh, it's Zany. It's both Demon Riot and Axe. Whatever the Axe buff skill is, they both buff it. If you've got level 3 on all of them, like you literally need somebody to be like stun locking the monsters to get the full attack off. It's so long. Like you kind of like need like a KO into a paralysis. Oh, hold on, check this out. So it could be even longer if you want it to be. Tri-head subquests. Portable Third, 3U. 3U did not have subquests, right? Tell my boss at Capcom thank you for me. You know, so there's this interesting stereotype, whatever, discussion that everyone in Japan is in the office until very late at night. But I gotta tell you, I was walking down the street at 5 o'clock yesterday, and it was 5:04 p.m., and it was literally like an entire office building emptied out onto the street at once. Now, maybe they were just going out for dinner, and they were going to go back to the office, but everybody looked like they had their bags and were ready to go home. So I don't know that every business in Japan is necessarily, like, work a 12-hour day anymore. You know what I mean? I think they're getting a little bit better with a work-life balance. Like, I see people out. It's not like this. I mean, you would think the streets would be dead if everybody had to work until 7 or 8 p.m. It just doesn't look that way. I'm sure they work like 9 or 10 hours. They work more than probably most internet clowns do, but that's nice because we're already fully leveled up on our evasion and everything. Okay, so we can do 1 bug blow and then we've got a cheer. What the heck? Was there like a little hole that I fell through? They don't recline on the chest sipping free energy drinks. So like real talk, if you just wanted to get like a lot of coffee in 30 minutes, it's 350 yen to go into the net cafe for 30 minutes. I'm not saying it's like an amazing deal, but like a coffee's like 200 yen. You could get like 2 or 3 coffees in 30 minutes. I mean, maybe more. I genuinely do not really understand how they make money. People that stay here all day, people that are like quasi-living in here. And like, it's good coffee. You know, like I would have paid 300 yen for it, for a cup of cappuccino like that at a restaurant and not felt like I got ripped off. They collect their skin cells and suddenly clone miniature streamers? I don't know how many streamers come here. That's a very good question. I'm trying to get Swarm off here. There we go. Somebody was asking questions before about whether or not, you know, any pornos were made in here. I mean, probably. You know, in the rooms that have no window, you'd have to be a little bit of an exhibitionist to want to make one in the rooms with the window. Current room, less stain. Well, there are definitely some stains, but there are less of them. Yeah, let's not. There's definitely stains. You know, the weird part about it, man, is it's like these rooms got a window on them, so like anyone that wants to just like look in, especially anything on your screen, is like fully displayed. They sell bottles of sake? Good quality or good price? Have I had actual Japanese sake yet? You know, I don't want to let you down, but no. No, I've mostly been drinking, like, the fruity, like, shochu drinks. I mean, I like beer and all, I just, like, get fat when I drink it. And sake, like, on its own, is good. I feel like that's, like, an experience you want to, like, share with somebody else that's drinking sake. Like, I don't want to drink it on my own. And now Excel gets here, we'll get a nice bottle. Well, $40 right now would be like, Jesus, 6,000 yen? You could definitely get a really good bottle of sake for like 6,000 yen. Highballs are insanely popular, yeah. Almost more popular than beer, possibly more popular than beer. I'm just not a huge fan of them, I don't know. Like, I don't mind whiskey. I don't even mind whiskey mixed drinks. It's not really like a highball. The way that they do them here. I don't know, maybe it's a me problem. I need to try more of them. Can I get a bug blow right now? Screwball, peanut butter, whiskey, and tastes like toffee? Sounds pretty tasty. Man, they changed evasion so much. Like, when we play Try, things are going to be evaded for so long. Like, I get the impression that in Japan, like, whiskey is more popular than it is in the United States. Just based on what, like, the advertisements and stuff that you see. Well, I just want to shake my barrel and I don't want him to hit me. $5-liter. Wait, are you saying that right? You can get 5 liters of whiskey for $20? They want people to die? we're just gonna kill someone right now by giving them the ability to alcohol poisoning themselves to death. Whiskey popular in the South? Yeah, I mean, you know, whiskey and bourbon maybe a little bit more than up north, but, like, not that much more. I mean, I have, like... I've been having, like, one drink a day. I know that sounds, like, so lame. But if I have any more than that, I'll get drunk. And, like, I don't want it to mess up my sleep or my work. Talking about how popular whiskey is down south versus up north. Swarm! I love bourbon, especially like when they actually mix bourbon, like they age beer in bourbon barrels. But there's been this like trend of saying like, oh, we did aging in bourbon barrels, but you can tell they just like added bourbon to it. Or like worse yet, like fake bourbon flavoring, and I hate that, man. Ooh, I hate that. It doesn't taste good at all. Don't fool me. Oh no. Ever tried mead? I don't know if I've ever had mead before. I've been to like Renaissance fairs and stuff like that, but I don't know if I've ever gone out of my way to get mead. I think we got to bug blow him almost right away. Yeah, after this. Gotta get it off. Yeah, you can see it bug blow definitely does a lot of damage. Just headbutted me off the cliff. It's weird seeing the bottom of those attacks. That was a mistake. I did not mean to make that. Am I dead? I didn't know there was another thing to fall down. Well, we've got Bug Blow for the wake up. Is he not... Isn't he limping? He should have limped. I don't know why he didn't. He just like, he's like, I guess I'll die then. Well, fair enough. Can't wait for Lao Urgent. Yeah. Did you hear Monster Hunter Tri servers are coming back up this Saturday? Pretty exciting news. I think you could do it on a Wii natively. Two liters for $24. Doesn't seem like nearly as good of a deal as 5 liters. Mizu and Malfestio. None of either of them take ice or poison or dragon. Mizu takes good dragon on his arms. Let's do the poison. So we've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quests left. Ooh. 4-liter plastic bottles, not 5. 3,500 yen for 4 liters of whiskey. Oh, my kidneys. Oh. I'm sure it wasn't good. But I mean, good enough. I mean, I'm assuming I could go ahead and start playing an offline character, and then when the patch happens, I'll be good to go. Good to hear. I can make exactly 2 energy drinks. Let's go rid of the things we don't need. We don't need you. We don't really need you. Well, that's a funny little patch then, isn't it? It just changes the IP addresses. That's neat, man. I'm hearing people starting to wake up and leave. $7 a.m. It would kind of suck if you didn't really have a house and you just came here to sleep and then had to leave. You didn't have any place to keep your possessions, but you could do it. If you didn't mind kind of living out of a backpack and a suitcase. I think they've got luggage storage for the people that need it. But they sell a rail pass for really cheap. Well, it's not cheap. It's expensive, but you get a lot of value out of it if you use it every day. If you plan to use the Shinkansen to visit a bunch of different cities, I could say, you know, going to a net cafe for, you know, 6 to 8 hours just to get some better sleep than what you can get sitting on a train, and then taking a shower and then doing some laundry. I mean, it could be a good deal. $12-pack of 1.7 Krone peach for 50? What's the percentage on that? He takes the tail so far. Should have gone around the other side. The emulating try? Well, I could probably find a Wii out here. If I looked. I'll probably be emulating it. It looks really good emulated. With how many copies of Try I've purchased over the years, both for myself and for other people, I think Capcom will forgive me. Yeah, the getting rid of the bloom and all that stuff is pretty big, yeah. I wasn't even necessarily thinking about that directly, but the game looks amazing cleaned up. Region locked me? I mean, I could always homebrew it if I were here. When you emulate, you play default everything? A purist. That's the nice thing about emulation, is that you give people the choice, you know? Like, for me, like, things that I hate, like, I don't really like it when people do pixel filtering in 2D games. I hate the way that looks. But some people like it. Think about net cafe friends I could bring if I had 4 liters of super cheap whiskey. I saw people yesterday, so the other day's stream, hanging out reading manga in the lobby around like 3 a.m. I don't know what the rules are about bringing alcohol in. I'd have to ask. I do not want to get kicked out. I cannot be kicked out. Is there any way to change the Virtual Wii and the Wii U not to have, like, the weird filters that it had? Because I know, like, the Virtual Wii and the Wii U had some weird, like, anti-flicker tech in it. No? Weird. I still think homebrewing a Wii and connecting that to a TV is actually one of the one of the easiest ways to get accurate game footage out to like an old TV. You know, barring something like a Mr. FPGA. Which I guess is up to PlayStation 1 now. I've got one CRT in pretty decent condition back home. I've got one that's in questionable condition, and one that absolutely needs to be repaired that I have to find like a local Smash player scene and have them come pick it up and see if they can repair it. I mean, they can have it. I don't want to throw it out because like I know like it's valuable for them. Oh, you know, I played my Monster Hunter Tri on a 32-inch LCD as well, for the most part. Oh shoot! Oh god! He actually got me with the combo. Good for you. .1080i to me is always so bizarre. Like, why that compromise over just 720p? Like, yeah, it's more resolution, but now it's interlaced. Now you gotta deal with interlacing? The funny thing is I brought energy drinks with me, I just didn't use them. That's terrible. This is so cursed. This is so cursed. Am I sleepy, confused, and bubbly? No! How am I running GU so smoothly? Is it emulated? Yeah. It's running at a native 1080p. I think I did some small resolution upscaling internally. And then there's a 60 FPS patch as well. Let me out. Please let me out. Let me out, please. I would really recommend it. You, for the most part, miss out on multiplayer. I think there are people that play it on multiplayer, one way or the other. It's like, you can look into it. But even if you're playing solo, no way am I going to cart on Village Bear off. I'm going to have a hammer. I think I'll do hammer. It's been a while since I've done hammer. And I love Tri-Hammer. It's so powerful. I'm assuming Malfestia went up to 5. I remember there being an armor set that I really, really liked in Tri. It was like a mix of Rathalos? It's like, what, attack up large and like critical eye 2? World I loved, and it didn't make me think any better of GU. Rise made me like GU more. Not a fan of World? I understand if people don't like World because it made a lot of things a lot easier. It did. We got like so many iframes. And the mantles can be very OP if you get the powerful ones. And the weapon designs are really bad. It's got its issues. But I still think it's a great game. Charm grind? I mean, for min-maxing, yeah. But I mean, you just gotta replace getting your perfect charm with getting perfect decorations. You know, you wouldn't necessarily expect to get the best charm on the table. Yep. No, you're right though. No, I agree. I think charms, random charms, are better than decos. The issue with Rise is you got to get your charms by talking to a goddamn cat. If it was just naturally at the end of quests, it would be way better. Yeah. No, I agree with that. Thanks, Jeff. I have no idea how that hitbox works. You always hated charms? Just depends on how you look at it. Like, if you play a lot of weapons, you know, suddenly you get a charm that is like really good for building like your perfect set for one weapon or one skill. I guess that was kind of a cool part about GU, is there's so many skills. Some of the charms did some amazing stuff. I mean, it's just like modern game design is like, we need to drag out the power spike as long as possible, you know? People want to feel like they got more powerful even by like 0.1% at the end of each session, and random decos let you do that. And then in Rise, it's like, for Sunbreak at least, alright, now we'll make it so that you have to grind up to AR 240 something to get everything. Yeah, I mean, Sunbreak is even worse. Even though it's random talismans, it's like almost even worse. With the title updates, you'd sometimes get access to new skills that were big hits of power, but obviously you got those like right away. You're exhausted? I don't think I've gotten a mount yet. No, I guess we're not gonna go. Loving these double quests. I wish the whole hub was like this, just less quests and more doubles. Yeah, I mean, sometimes, if you wanted an armor skill, like, you had to make the armor. The funny thing is in Sunbreak, that's almost completely gone. It's, like, so insane. Oh, interesting. Okay. I've seen some screenshots in the Discord of people like Syphonia, like I know 100% would never cheat in any way. And it's like 3 pages full of attack skills. What are you doing? Looks like blue does not bounce on the arms. Whoop. Usually a water beam after this, right? No? Well, I mean, as a content creator, like, I sit down to think about talking about sets and builds and stuff like that in Sunbreak, and it's like almost like pointless. Anyone that's going to grind to the point where they're going to have a set that I'd be capable of making is also probably aware of what they need to do. No, please, don't. I thought there was an ass for try at one point. I could have sworn I've seen one. It was made open source. Like, you talk about how good certain skills are. One for try? Yeah, charms, there are no charm tables, or at least they reset in Tryon. Or resetting your game, I believe. Memories are merged? I mean, understandable. They're almost the same game, in some ways. I mean, that's the cool part, is Athena, like, I do remember when they made it open source. Hopefully they didn't do it from scratch. I got stun locked by the bubbles. Oh, I carded twice already? Oh, this is actually kind of bad. It's actually really bad. I already forgot about the first cart. Well, that one I was goofing around. I was trying to see how many statuses I can get at one time. If I die, it's because of my own hubris. The nice thing is that, at least from what I remember in Try, it's not like it's going to be that hard to puzzle out an armor set anyways. I mean, we weren't at a state of, like, insane mega bloat, you know? Your charm's going to matter a lot, but, like, you could kind of math it out. You're not dealing with super large numbers. Well, the thing is like there's a lot of differences, and I think both the talismans and the points on the armors as well. Like high rank Rathalos, even low rank Rathalos in Try, I remember being like really good. We gotta stay healthy. Even if you were okay at reading Japanese, like, the amount of scripts and stuff that get used in Monster Hunter is pretty intense. I mean, they use everything. And a lot of it. Hiragana, katakana, and the kanji. Which, I mean, makes sense. That's Japanese, but... They even throw some English characters in there as well. I mean, I think KO is literally just KO. I'd like to get a Bloodwind off in Demon Eyes. No idea how close we are to another ride. Might actually get one. I feel like he just got flinched by that Khonshu. So afraid. Vending machines are broken? Never have an issue with vending machines out here. We went to Osaka Castle yesterday. And in like the rest area that was like in between the park and the castle, there was probably 12 beverage vending machines and 2 ice cream vending machines. We got an ice cream that had vanilla and red bean in it. It was pretty good. Wasn't as soft as I wanted it to be and didn't have as many beans as I would have wanted, but it was still good. And everything is like 100 yen for the drinks, more or less, which is like 70 cents. And 200 yen for ice cream, which is like $1.50. What weapon to recommend in GU? So other than Valor Greatsword, Striker Chargeblade is kind of interesting. Have I ridden a bullet train? I did. I took the Shinkansen down from Tokyo to Osaka. It was nice. I sat next to a elderly man who was, I think he was 75 years old, who worked at Fuji Tech for his entire life. And he was just going around with a camera. Gammoth and Zam trios. Well, I know Gammoth is weak to the poison. Might just do Specialist. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend it. I'd recommend bullet training. If you buy the tickets the same day, I think they're discounted. I don't know what was going on there, but it seemed like it was cheaper than I was expecting it to be. One Punch Man himself. He is pretty popular. His, I see a lot of stuff with him on it. He's kind of skinny, though, isn't he? He's definitely not jacked. I don't want to, like, just get some bombs for this Gammoth. He's a bald bro. He's completely bald. He got too powerful and his scalp rejected his hair. Poor guy. Striker Switch Axe Valor Chargeblade. I feel like Striker Chargeblade is kind of neat, though. Because you get the guard point on the advancing rush, and, like, that's really different. I mean, Valor Chargeblade is also interesting. You get, like, double AED or something. Kind of a large Zam Trios, huh? Oh yeah, you almost never see that attack. It's like you gotta be like standing directly in front of him, and most of the time people are smart enough to get out of the way. That was nice. Resident Zamite and Jaggy, both without adding the actual monsters. Think about all the monsters that you fought in Rise that were like low tier and that you ever fought again deliberately later on after Title Update 1. If they made it so it felt more meaningful to fight the weaker guys, I would be right there with you, but Big Ball Lagambi just wasn't really it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see Great Jaggy. I'd love to see Jagras. I'd love to see... I mean, Zamtrios especially could have been a good fight. No, please. No, please. He's still going? 10 flame shots to kill Great Jaggy? From what gun? Any gun? Oh, damn. I would at least like to try and inflict a poison here. How often were you fighting Great Jaggy like that? It's like, I don't remember which were the attacks she stomps her back feet or not. Most of your play was when the servers were dead? That's painful. Well, you're in for a good time. I mean, a lot of people are going to think about try, be like, oh, I don't want to play that. That's just like try 3U or Portable Third with less monsters. It's a challenging game. When you're playing online, those quests are hard. Please let me go. Well, we went for the trampoline, didn't get it. I mean, Try's got a great offline campaign, definitely. You can really tell who hasn't played all the games in the series and they're like, oh, Monster Hunter doesn't have the story. I guess you never played Try. Or 4. I'm assuming they're doing damage to each other. There's only exposure to online Try. You know, I still think about the houses that you could get in that game. They're some of the best houses in the series. And, like, you go through quite a transformation. Like, you start off in, like, a shack with, like, grass on the ground. There's a lot of work, I feel like, that were put into the online servers in Tri, because it was a paid service in Japan. It was like $10 a month or something. Is he attacking Marco over there? Something just shot a snowball at me. It was a Zamite. I think what made Tri so good is because every monster in it was essentially unique. Like, I think the closest you get to a clone is like Rathian and Rathlos, but obviously they play way differently from each other. Great baggy? Yeah. Ever played Tri had a good roster? Some people get really mad at Giganox. I like Giganox. I think he's good. One thing that's going to hurt a lot of newer players is, like, you really got to figure out what parts you got to get through capture and what parts you got to get through carving. Like, it used to be, like, really important to decide whether something needed to be killed or captured. Weapon I'm gonna run. I think I'm gonna start with Hammer. It's just so powerful. You know, the Bone Bludgeon is like one of the best weapons of all time when you're able to get it. I just feel like if you're going to go back, you may as well use something that's a little powerful and a little fun, you know? I mean, Barioth is weird in Tri. He's really... He's just... He fights strangely. Yeah, he's got something a little different. I still have the fork thing. Yeah. I'm sorry I'm spamming mounts on Gammoth. How often are you able to mount Gammoth in this game? No, it's gone. Oh yeah, no, we're gonna finish Nakarkos today, and then we'll be playing Try tomorrow. That's a 99% guarantee. I will extend my time if I need to. After 8 hours, it goes up to 12. So if we gotta do the 12-hour extension, I'll do it. I think he said they're calling it open beta. Oh, I didn't know you come in there. Warping isn't implemented? I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot. What is warping? Oh, you could warp to people based on your friends list? To go to the town that they're in? I guess that's what Discord is for, right? Why are you still ice? Is that something that you're actually gonna plan on implementing? Will the friend list at least tell you where your friend is? What a convenience. My first try game was Monster Hunter Freedom. Oh, no, no. I got healed at the last second. My first try game was Freedom. Yeah. My first Monster Hunter game was Freedom. God damn. Let me carve, man. I got a greatsword I might want to upgrade. And now you just walk away. You bastard. Honestly, like, Freedom Unite's probably the best game to start with. I mean, if you want to go to Boomer games. I'm not saying there isn't anything redeeming in Dose. There definitely is. I'm not saying there's nothing redeeming in Freedom. Arguable. Monster Hunter 1, the other games. I mean, they all got their place and their things that they do really well. It's just, in terms of like being easy to play, I think Freedom Unite really nailed that formula. And if there's one thing that Ichinose has been coasting on is the fact that he developed Freedom Unite. Especially with the Incognito Man patch for Freedom Unite. It's great to go back with that. I mean, the graphics on 4 are bad. That's not you. That's an objective reality. That's Nintendo hardware doing Nintendo hardware things. Freedom was fun till you faced Yan Garuda. You know Yan Garuda is technically 100% optional in Freedom. You do not need to fight him to get the credits. No, Tigrex is tough in Freedom Unite. And then in G rank, they make you fight 2 of them at the same time. It's messed up. All credit speedrun with optimal weapons? Oh, I mean, I've already thought about it. Monster Hunter 1 Lance definitely just destroys everything. It's so good. I've just been, like, naked and cold this entire time. In Freedom, you may as well use... I mean, it depends if we're counting Monster Hunter G or not. I think Lance is still probably good there. I don't think they changed too much. Freedom, Sword and Shield is very good. Like, I don't know if it's a bug or whatever, but it's definitely very strong. Monster Hunter 3 speedrun category. Speedrun to Gen. I would run it. Set the parameters. I'd give it a shot. My only humble request is if you do it, like, disallow bombs? Not necessarily all bombs. If there's, like, supply bombs, it's fine, but no buying bombs. Because a lot of the early gen Monster Hunter games, at least, get really dominated by bomb spam. There's a lot of speedruns that are just like, it's me putting down bombs again. Yeah, no, I think you'd have to use that sort of, not your granny percent sort of category on it. I'm the bomb guy? I'm not the bomb guy. I'm the speedrun to Zora 1. No, Zora 2 with Greatsword guy. No! Oh, god damn it. Sometimes I do that. Why didn't Zamtrios make it to Iceborne? I don't know, maybe something about his model was problematic, or they didn't want to bother. Noxel, Tri-Server's coming back this weekend. Playing the servers? I'm going to. I'm killing this playthrough. I mean, we're gonna finish it after high ranked Nakarkos, but then we're just gonna play Tron. We're gonna get our village character up to spec, and then enjoy grinding Jaggy event for 24 hours. I know you gotta get Hunter rank. Alchemical bug? Look, man. If you think this is the first or last time I'm gonna lie to you, you're wrong. Hey, I got like a protein bar around here somewhere. Where is it? I kinda wanna get a coffee. I did not sit on it. Let's see what it is. Ooh, it's a lot of protein. Oh, hold on. My camera's still up in the corner. I'm going to move it down. You can't see it because of the bald head. It's got 27 grams of protein. Ask for an ice cream for the front desk. Oh no, I could get it myself. The soft serve? I could get that myself. I don't have to ask anyone to get it. I am out of beverage. Oh, it's like in like little pieces. Mmm. That's really good for a protein bar. Yeah, the soft serve is free, the coffee is free, and all the beverages are free. It's like a candy bar. Bracky is next, but he takes pretty good poison damage. I need to get something to drink. You should go to Costco and get chicken bakes. Yeah, I'm gonna pee. I need something to drink. I'm gonna get some soft serve, maybe. You want a good chicken baker? It's so good, though. Alright, be right back. Oh. Take this cup with me. Oh, my ass. I'll get soft serve in the Gravier magazines. Too late for that. I've already got an ad running. Alright. Oh, my ass. Oh. I'm sorry. I know I took too long. I'm sorry. I got a coffee. Oh, Jesus. How am I going to get in here? I got I call it a flat white. I really do not want this coffee to spill on me. Oh! Oh, my ass. Apologize? I am sorry. Look at it. Look at the coffee. It's pretty good. Mmm. Wow. That's actually really good. Will I leave a stained mark that was there? Is it like a prison cell? And everyone like marks like a little slide on the wall? But in this case, we all leave a different stain on the carpet when we leave. Mm-mm. For a healthy food, this is pretty tasty. Actually, I misled you a little bit. I had to go. So, for some reason, Twitch keeps changing my ad scheduler, and I don't know why. Weird. We fused our bald heads. It's really good. I'll definitely get another one on my way out. So we have a Brachydios left, a Diablos, what else? Glavinus and Oregon. You gotta tell me how many hours you're staying hyperacute, and I can tell you. If you plugged in a Bitcoin miner, would they kill you? You might die. The rooms are not particularly well air conditioned. Let's say 8 hours. 8 hours, if you come at night, is $14. Or 2,000 yen. A energy drink from the vending machine, a small one, is 100 yen. You might be able to get a better deal, but let's use that as a point of comparison. So you would need to drink an energy drink. The size of the one from the vending machine once every, let's call it 25 minutes or so to make a profit. Now, if we're going for coffee, coffee is a bit more expensive. Then you're looking at like maybe like one every 45 to 50 minutes. I mean, if by profit you mean like quite possibly shut down your liver. Realistically destroying your liver, but I mean... We got specialist. We might actually... There's like a Glavenus and Uragon quest. There isn't really good research on energy drink and like human health consequences, but that Chubby Emu medical channel has a hypothesis that there's definitely some link between excessive energy drink consumption and then like damage to your liver. I guess there just haven't been like a lot of scientific studies yet. Guess we could always get like a... some nuts. I've really not been using traps at all, but I probably... I mean, he would... I mean, obviously, he'd know better than a clown on the internet. But I mean, at least that's what I remember after watching one of his videos. It was a video on a guy that was like getting ready for like a wicked gaming session. It's like, I'm gonna game hard tonight. And he started like pounding energy drinks. And his whole body started feeling massive amounts of pain. It was his liver. Liver was shutting down. The funny thing is, like, Chubby Emu himself was working in a restaurant. He was like a dishwasher at a restaurant. And some guys paid him $20 to drink like 3 or 4 energy drinks in a row. And he was basically like, you know, catatonic, like shivering and in pain for the rest of his shift. And the boss got really mad at everyone. I pressured him into doing it. He's like, now I don't have a dishwasher. He's shivering in the corner. I mean, you know, in moderation. You know, I mean, everybody drinks caffeine, right? Most everyone drinks caffeine. I guess Mormons don't. Or try not to drink it. Yeah, you just gotta be careful. It's, you know, you got the ability to, like, you know, mega dose yourself on caffeine. I mean, you didn't sleep for 2 days. Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, it's scary, dude. The scary thing is, like, once you put something into your body, unless it's got a flared base, it's really hard to take it back out. So I guess I'm done now. I guess there's, what, activated charcoal? Kind of like soak stuff up or something, right? Infinite free coffee. Back in the US, I didn't bring it with me, but back in the US, I did end up picking up some extended release caffeine tablets when I was going on like a little bit of sleep and I just felt tired. I feel fine now, by the way. And those worked really well for me. It was like 100 milligrams of caffeine, but like extended release, so like 100 milligrams like constantly over like 8 hours. I was into that. He's got this one move in Frontier where he sinks himself down into the middle of the arena and starts spinning really fast, and it vacuums you in, and it does a lot of damage. Like, it'll one-shot you. Or almost one-shot you. Going up, baby? You know, one of these days I gotta load up one of those, like, life trackers and try and go through all the games and figure out how much damage monsters really are doing to each other in the older games. Because in some games, they could kill each other. Like in Freedom Unite, like, over the course of one quest, like, a Tigrex can kill a Nargacuga and vice versa. And famously in Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, one of the last village quests, there's like a Brachydios and like an Azure Rathalos, and the strategy is just have the Brachydios punch the hell out of the Rathalos. Like, I would never want to play with like monster life on, that it's just like lame as hell, but just for like research stuff, it feels like it'd be helpful. That actually reached me? I'm assuming the event quests are still going to kind of be on a sort of rotation on the servers, right? Necro Helm cosmetic? It looks kind of like a Necro Helm. I just don't know how fun Necromancer is to play in Diablo 4. I feel like we're doing good work in this Uraga. It's okay if you don't play with summons on high tiers. So do the summons stay strong later on, or do they get weak eventually? Oops. Oops, double oops. It just felt like baby mode when I played it in the beta, which was fine for the beta. Pushing tiers higher than your level. I guess I should probably try and actually play Diablo 4 at some point. We gotta... Is the goal to get Fire Cannon the full Necromancer set now? Not a bad goal. He's definitely earned it. I just don't know if he wants to play Necromancer. Yeah, when does the season start? That's good. That's good for me to know. I could play then, right? I mean, I guess you could, like, unlock a bunch of stuff now to be ready for Season 1? Or does that all get reset once Season 1 hits? See tomorrow for Tri-Stream? We'll be starting, give or take, around 3 p.m. Eastern. Going until about 9 p.m. Eastern-ish. Everyone gets a reset? I'll just start playing that. Is there any reason for me not to just wait till mid-July? Did you guys hear that? I just sunk like the gnarliest fart of my life. For real? I hope you didn't hear that. That was bad. And it smells. And there's no ventilation. I'm in a little box. Oh. Lilith statues and map discovery. So, is that all stuff I can do in like whatever the first or second difficulty? Maybe I'll do that. Like I don't have to like push the higher difficulties, right? Tier 1? Alright, I'll just do that. That sounds like an amazing plan. I believe I just hotboxed myself. Worse than Diablo 3 in every way but graphics. The bosses are good. When you get real bosses? Bosses are worse than Diablo 4 too? I don't know, man. Maybe it's just I mean, look, I played Diablo 3 1 or 2 months ago. You know, the current, whatever that most recent season was. And I'm just thinking about the experience of fighting bosses in that game versus fighting the bosses in Diablo 4. I'm just going by my own opinion. And, like, my opinion can be wrong. Like, I'll admit that freely and fairly. It was probably season stuff. It made me feel like I was hitting really strong. Yeah, no, I was really strong. It didn't even feel like a boss, really. Like, at least in Diablo 4, very early on, you have to think a little bit about where you need to stand. I found a passive talent on a piece of gear that was so strong that I think it was Emerald was actually, like, the right thing to socket into the weapon. Until I could find, like, an equivalent level replacement. Whatever the weapon is, the gem that it just increases, like, base damage. It made it so my Pillar of Light was basically like an auto attack and boosted its damage by, like, 300 or 400%. It was, like, so stupid. But it was low level, you know. I mean, it wasn't level cap, you know. It was like, I don't know what level cap was, like 80. It was like maybe like level 65 or something like that, 70. It's like everything on it that was written was really, really good. It was just the weapon itself was like a little. Nothing that changes your entire build. You need to get like your whole set has to be built for your entire build, from what I can tell. It's like not one individual item, but you just need to keep building and building. I do remember playing hardcore in Diablo 3 on the start. And that, what was it, the second act guy that shoots like little puddles of acid, dying to him and being really mad with my hardcore character on like a higher difficulty. The food is literally the reason I stopped playing. And like I'm not excited to pick it up and play again, is I went like a good 10-hour stretch where in no significant way did my rogue felt like it was different than before. I was doing the exact same thing for like 10 hours. I wasn't finding any significant gear or anything like that. I'm like, why am I playing this game? The enemies aren't that different. The bosses aren't that hard. You know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd love to see the numbers go up. Sure, who wouldn't? But I just didn't, you know, I just didn't see anything really changing that much. I didn't feel that way in the beta, but they were throwing legendaries at me constantly. And, like, you know, I'm way farther than I was in the beta. Like, I'm never seeing anything. Maybe I just need to grind it up till I start seeing things, but... The lighting there looked pretty cool for a second. Hardcore for an online always game is like a risk that you take, but like the people that are into CBT, like you're kind of into it. I'm not going to say you know what I mean, because I'm not going to insinuate that you're into CBT, but you know, you want the thrill of death. I like playing games on hardest difficulty always? Depends on the game. You know, it depends on how they balance it. Like, something like Killing Floor 2 is like a great hard mode, because for the most part, enemies don't become that much more spongy. Some of them do. But they get smarter or faster, more of them, stuff like that, you know what I mean? I saw that article, yeah. And it was like over like a hot patch that was designed to fix like purchases in the monetary store too. Like they didn't announce it, they just reset the servers. It's like classic modern day Blizzard, right? I mean, for the most part, I think difficulties are a good thing. You know, I mean, you can almost think of them like accessibility settings. Like, I don't think you necessarily have to be good at video games, like whatever that means, to enjoy them. Like, I don't think we need gatekeeping in the hobby. But there should definitely be like one setting that is like, you know, as designed by the director, whatever that means. You know, the intended play style. Yeah, if it's just like takes longer to kill and they're not hitting harder, making you make smarter choices, like what's the point? But sometimes, you know, they got more health, but then they're also dealing more damage, or they get new moves and stuff like that. Then that's great. Like the first pitfall trap I've used offensively this entire run. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm a huge Dark Souls 2 apologist now. Less Scholars of the First Sin edition, but like the original version felt so good. If you've seen Forspoken were, I want a story, I want to explore, and I want a challenge for people who played a video game before. What was the explore difficulty like? Just a little bit harder? So like, impossible to die, you have to engage with the systems a little bit, and then like the actual game. I don't necessarily hate that. Yeah, I don't mind getting the balance changes in Scholars of the First Sin. I just want the original enemy placements. Like, the new enemy placements were, like, terrible. I don't think there was any of them that I'm like, oh, that feels better. It just feels like they just kept adding, like, they just copy-pasted all the encounters to, like, double the amount of enemies. But, like, I think, like, take my wife, for instance. Like, she'll play video games. Like, she enjoys them. But, like, she's got other things she does in her life other than play video games. So, like, you know, I think it's okay for there to be modes for, like, this is going to give you more guidance, or this is going to make it really hard for you to die, like, in the middle of combat and stuff like that. And she's going to get frustrated and, like, turn off the game. That's understandable. That barrel's still hanging out there. Just as long as it doesn't, you know, result in systems that make the game easier for people that are looking for a challenge anyways. Like, I feel like that's what Claw Stagger came out of. Like, they were trying to design something to make it easier for people to use the Clutch Claw. And it just annoyed people. Oh, damn. Okay, hold on. Please don't hurt me. Daddy, please. Oh, I'm gonna go down here. I didn't mean to go down there. No! At least I didn't get bodied by Devil Joe into the pit. This time. Should probably try and hit him with those bombs, right? And they're just sitting there. He might have blown them up on himself. I wonder if anyone has ever gotten a monster to die off screen. Is that possible? Like, be solo in a mission and the monster dies. They can't die from poison. It would have to be like a bomb. I've definitely killed a monster after a quest failed before as well. It probably is possible. I mean, assuming the logic is still running on the monster, even if you're not in the zone. The ice falls will damage the monsters in the Polar Sea. Interesting. I remember the seal monster in Frontier, and he's a little bit of a wall, isn't he? He was hard. Like, you had to actually, like, learn the game again. Like, this isn't your This isn't your daddy's Monster Hunter. This is a Net Cafe Neats Monster Hunter. Wait for him to fire up his mouth. Is that it? Don't have the evasion to try and get through that. Hopefully we'll be able to see him sometime within the next 365 Nefudis. If we don't get sex by next March, I gotta get a real job. I don't know if I can do it. God damn you, Monster Hunter Rise. One goddamn day of content title updates. Fire cannon, thank you. The next Burger King Diablo 4 cosmetic code is going to you again. You know, is there a version of Bulge where he's happy? Do they all have to be him being sad? You can send it to a Necro player if you want. Do we even have any in the guild? The thing is, like, if I roll another thing, like, how do we even know it's going to be for Necro? Gonna wait. Guess we hit him with bombs, I guess. Oh, I used them all. Well, fair enough. That's kind of funny. He's got to be so close. These double monster quests are like so fun. Things die like a lot faster. You get to see 2 different monsters in one quest. Next quest is going to be like high rank Bracky, and then after that I think it's like high rank Diablos. It's going to be ass, man. Maybe for Diablos, we'll actually try and get Sonic Bombs. I think Bracky and Diablos also take good poison damage, right? Reasonable poison damage. Yeah, he takes a little bit more. Diablos takes a lot. Alright, so at least we got that going for us. It's 400 damage. Your dad bought the Monster Hunter movie by, like, accident? Does he even know you enjoy the game? Or is it just, like, he just, like, randomly bought it? Oh, Diablos is after Nikarchos. Okay, so it's literally just Bracky and then Nikarchos? Okay. Okay. Okay, I can do this. We're gonna kill the Diablos, and then we're gonna live our life. Or we're gonna kill the got brain damage. Can kill the Brachydios, and then we're gonna kill the Nikarchos. And then I'm gonna work on getting Monster Hunter Tri up and functional. I might have it. Let me check something. If this just works, this will be amazing. Play on Dolphin, right? No. No. I think I got it sneaking around somewhere. I don't play it that often. Huh? I think we might be in business. Maybe we should check and see if we got any new skills here. Still haven't done a single village quest. I've got that going for me. Like it's something to be proud of. Oh. That's actually really good. That's actually a significant upgrade. Huh. Okay. Alright, never mind. We'll use dual blades one more time. And we'll use Insect Glaive to finish Nikarchos. God knows the upgrade wasn't necessary or worth it, but we made it, so. I mean, the Monster Hunter movie. I've seen worse movies. It's mostly insulting to anyone who's a fan of the series. But I've seen worse movies. Yeah, I think this is it. I like the Netflix version better, even though I think the animation quality on the Netflix version is, like, really weird. Just like a weird art style. Is the issue with the Netflix version. But, like, the content of the story and everything is actually kind of nice. Don't remember what happens in the Monster Hunter movie? Well, for some reason, they turned it into an isekai movie. So, it's a bunch of military people and they find some towers? Did I buy the Naked Mole Rat book? I did not. But I guess I probably should. And they go through a gate created by these towers. They get transported to the Monster Hunter universe, and then it plays out almost like a Resident Evil movie. Like, I don't know if maybe he just, like, everything Paul W.S. Anderson sees in his life, he turns into a horror movie in his brain, or he just thinks every video game is a horror game. Well, the most upsetting thing with Diablos is, like, just, like, I don't know. I could have sworn I saw it try and eat a person. Which, I don't know. I mean, maybe Diablos is an omnivore. It would make sense that they're an omnivore, but you only ever see Diablos eating, like, cactus, right? Don't say stuff like that on Twitch, Meglo. You know, I think the license is open. I'll put it to you this way. If you wanted to make your own Monster Hunter movie and you had the budget and clout to do so, I'm pretty sure Capcom would sell the rights or license the rights. This is a movie that had the event in World Iceborne? It did. And oddly enough, it got removed. Yeah, I thought the first Resident Evil movie was actually pretty well done. And I was really excited for the second one. And I remember thinking the second one wasn't that good. Now, to Paul W.S. Anderson's credit, he did not make the second one, I think. I think that was somebody else. I think he was just a producer on it. Yeah, there were some good pieces on the armor. You know, whenever you get new scenes of the Admiral, you know, it's always a little treat. So I thought it was fun seeing the Admiral. Now, the actual contents... the contents of that were questionable at best, because they tried to explain a paradox that didn't need... Like, they created a paradox in the process of trying to get rid of a paradox. You know how, like, there's an element in storytelling where, like, sometimes the best thing to do is to not explain anything? Like, just leave it up to the imagination? Like, the explanation that people will create in their head is almost always better than whatever you're going to give them. You know, unless you're George or R.R. Martin. Or an equally skilled novelist. What the hell, ball? Call me the bravest Baldy on Twitch. Did any of the later Resident Evil movies get any decent? I mean, I'm sure they're all worth watching. Like, they're like good airplane movies, right? There's stuff going on, but you don't have to be like emotionally invested in anything that's happening. I remember one movie, I saw a clip, I think it was Red Letter Media, like, Mia Jovovich's character, like, roundhouse kicked a piece of glass into a dog? Like a hellhound? remember thinking that was kind of goofy. Anime influenced Northern Lion. Does he not like anime? Excuse me? Was I close? They're a guilty pleasure for you? That's me in the Saw movies. I am not a psychopath. But I do like the Saw movies. There's no subquest here. I play more weed games. He plays like a lot of roguelikes. I like roguelikes too. I don't have anything against them. But you know, the character for Northern Lion, folks, this might scare you or shock you, is the Japanese character for North. Did you know that? So he's got a little hidden weeb in him somewhere. He may not just talk about it. It might be like a secret code. Like the code that you learn when you become fully bald. I know. I think he's a good streamer. I think there's a lot of streamers that are very successful that are not very good streamers, but he is definitely a good one. So. Or at least whatever they're doing confuses the hell out of me how people watch it. Like, I don't know if maybe they just got like some secret view bot or something that I'm not aware of. Some cheat code. You have the right brainworms? Absolutely. I mean, that's a big part of it. I don't really want to get him out now. Well, now we might get one. Now I want them out. I only watched the first season of the Castlevania show, but it's pretty good. The only issue is, like, I don't have Netflix anymore. I canceled it. And the worst case scenario happened. Our friends that we shared it with, they told me they resubscribed. Like, why would you tell me that? We're supposed to be taking a stand here. You know, like I didn't think it was going to come down a prisoner's dilemma. But here we are. Crunchyroll, voice actors union stuff. For me, I was on a student plan with an active student account, and I was literally an active student. And they changed their payment system, and they canceled my account. And now I can't resubscribe with the same discount I had before. I'm absolutely pro-union, and when there is a union, you should definitely try and use a union. You usually get better quality of work. Like, you're not just paying them because they're in a union. Like, obviously, it's going to be, you know, pain in the ass. You got to negotiate with the union, but you're supposed to be getting better quality. But where's my student discount? I go to look at my payment history. I should have 10 years of payment history. There's nothing. It's like I didn't even exist. You know, right now I've got Hulu. Hulu's got way better programming available on it than Netflix ever did. Yeah, Hulu's pretty good. I mean, you get a lot of stuff from Crunchyroll on there as well. Like, if I'm going to be paying, like, $12 a month for Crunchyroll, I'll just get Hulu. Like, alright, sometimes you get stuff a little late. Like, I don't care. What is the best anime? What are you into? Yeah, there's a lot of categories of anime. Sasuke Naruto? Have you ever watched Haikyuu before? Anime about high school boys playing volleyball? It might sound really lame. And I don't blame you if you don't like it from how I describe it. But if you watch it and you dislike it, never tell me that. Just keep that to yourself. Do they have Sasuke? I haven't really watched much, if any, Naruto, but I think Kageyama is a little bit like a Sasuke. He's a little moody. Am I dead? I don't want to die. I already died once, right? Look at that Mega Potion. I hate it when you use a Mega Potion, it doesn't even recover your red health. Read the Haikyuu manga? Bro, I feel like I need to. Like, when are these movies coming out? they're like, we're not going to make the series anymore. We're just going to make 2 movies. And, like, you know and I know, like, there's no way to condense any amount of anime into a movie where it's going to be a satisfying pacing. It's impossible. You can't do it. So I should just read the manga. You haven't read the new chapters? If it makes you feel any better, I read a lot of the stuff that the current author writes, and like it's really good. It's really good stuff. If you can, look up the manga Holy Land, and I think you'll feel pretty good about who's writing the current Berserk. I think it's great that at the very least they had some sort of a contingency for where the story's going to go. Hunter x Hunter manga is still on? I mean, in a very tactical sense. In the most technical definition of the word. Yeah, it's going. The author suffers from extreme back and ass pain? Is it back pain or ass pain or both? Berserk is the best media ever made? I only really read it up until the boat. I feel like it loses a little bit of steam as it approaches the boat. And then they're on the boat for like 10 years. But if we just want to stay like for around and just after the Golden Age arc, yeah, you got me. I agree with you. There's this one, like, segment of story with, like, is it like a sex cult or something like that in Berserk that has rarely gotten animated. Like, I think the only animation it got was, like, whatever that Crunchyroll animation was. But it's really good. I think it was goat things going on. was just like, I just thought it was really well done. And then there's one section in the manga that is not normally animated, where Guts is fighting like some demon thing before like he gets branded. And that's a really good fight as well. Have I watched the Golden Age Arc trilogy? Well, I definitely watched the original animated series. I mean, I've watched a lot of it. I mean, I'm going to be real with you. It's hard to keep them all separate. I've definitely seen some of the movies. Have I seen all of them? I don't know that I've seen all of the movies. I think I've seen 2 series adaptations and at least the first and second movie. I don't think I've seen the third one. But I read the manga. I remember reading it in college. I was taking summer classes just because I wanted something to do. And, yeah, it was like, it felt like it was like 40 hours to get through everything. And at that point, I think it really did finish like with the boat. There are some very funny animated GIFs of the more recent anime series. Is he gonna reach? No. (1997) film Wizards? What about the 1989 film The Wizard, starring Fred Savage? And they have a blind speedrun for a game that had never been released before. Frame rate seems illegal. I will never play Generations again unless I can use this frame rate. You know, watching that movie, I'll be real with you guys. It was always my dream to go to a video game competition. I was a little bit like Fred Savage, or maybe his weird little brother. Because I was able to go to a competition, play, and win. It was awesome. Fiction became the reality for me. Or are we? Whoop! Do it Street Fighter 6 so I get something for winning. I got a trip to Japan out of it. Look, if you ask any of the fighting game grog nerds in my channel or chat if I should bother playing Street Fighter 6, they all say no, you'll never win. That's the community that waits you in the fighting game community. They'll say you should play. No, every single one of them. I'm like, maybe if I played 10,000 hours of Street Fighter, I'd get good at it. And they're like, no, you won't. They'll say I should play just so I wouldn't win. Well, am I going to get the million or not? I mean, Monster Hunter has barely ever scratched the surface of competition, and there's still some occasionally toxic groups here. You won't get the million, but I'll have a good time? I don't like the idea of playing a game that is likely to not only drop my viewer base, but also potentially pay less money than Monster Hunter somehow. That's my issue with it. Thanks. Do a test stream just in case. I've had a number of bounties come up, but with the internet issues, I haven't been able to actually, like, do any of them. It's kind of sad. Play randoms on the streets of Osaka? We've got a Steam Deck. All we need to do is to find an outlet or a sufficient power bank, and we could definitely set up and play. You miss Ball Breakers? Is something going on with that? Another season dropped. You can play as the Ginyu Force. I don't know if anyone's playing the game. Does anyone want to check the Steam charts? Play as them? It's currently at 270. I am awaiting the day it beats Monster Hunter Rise. I don't know if it ever will, but it should. It won't. But I mean, in a just world, in like a world worth living in, it would. The Sea Bank is already down to 310. Just barely beating Breakers? That sucks, dude. It's weird how sometimes, like, developers will kind of, like, soft murder their game. Was I the only one here that ever played the Culling? The, like, Battle Royale game that got really popular, like, right in the beginning. Like, before even, like, a lot of the other Battle Royale games came out. Like, it was out before, like... I mean, maybe PUBG was doing something as, like, a mod. That was a good game, and then they just, like, patched it till it wasn't fun to play anymore. They released a second one with some of the most bizarre and ambitious pricing. The Culling 2 had, like, a play model where you could spend money on tokens, and you could spend a token to play a game. I don't even think Fortnite could get away with that. Hold on, am I cutting my bald head off? Let's go up a little bit more so we don't. Let's see. Let's get a little timeline going. The Culling. Released October 5th, 2017. I think it came out a little bit before that. So, and then we got to look for H1Z1, right? H1Z1 was released in 2018. When would have PUBG been an Arma mod? PUBG mod. I'm getting the Japanese article here. 2017, July 12th, December 20th, 2017. So the Culling was a battle royale game that was out before PUBG, that was out before H1Z1. And they killed it. They killed it with patches. Like, that could have been the game, man. And it really felt like, if you ever watched or read the manga of, like, Battle Royale, like, it felt like that, very much. Like, they probably sit around, get drunk, and talk about how, like, oh, we could have had that Fortnite money. Like, oh, man. That could have been us. I tried strawberry cream Dr. Pepper. Haven't seen it here yet. Wasn't there an issue in For Honor where people were using like cameras and macros to perfectly play the game? On console even? I remember reading about that and being like, wow, that's messed up. Imagine playing that game and like going against someone and it's like literally impossible to beat them. Like the most you could do is tie them. I don't know how you fix that, by the way, other than just ban people. Like do controller reading and like look for people that are definitely like hacking. I mean, is the zero sugar strawberry cream Dr. Pepper in Japan? I like how it shows you how many times you've used a set. The Carcos time. I think we're gonna be okay. I'm not gonna really sweat my healing. I think we even get healing. It's almost over. We gotta kill this run. I'm not really loving it anymore. It doesn't feel like the audience is really loving it anymore. There was some fun novelty in the beginning, but it needs to die. We need to kill it. I'd much rather be playing Try. Well, we'll shelf it. We might go back to it at some point. Need more of me playing bad weapons? I mean, I thought the greatsword was pretty interesting. The insect glaive may not look that interesting. It's kind of hard to play. Try is next. Yeah, the servers are coming up this weekend. Charge Blade, I'm telling you, man, was just unusable. like I couldn't even use it. And like, do we want like another day of this game, another couple days of this game because I decided to use Charge Blade? Try servers are coming back on Saturday. You can play starting on Saturday. You can play starting earlier than that, technically. If you want to get your village started, and you should have a moderately strong village character. I don't even know how weak Nikarkos is to Dragon. Like, obviously he takes good damage from it, but like, is this weapon worth it at all? I know the answer, don't tell me. I don't want to know the truth. FF 16 and the server's staying up permanently. What is happening this weekend is the open beta. I do not believe there's any plans on shutting down the servers permanently. They might get shut down temporarily for like resets and patches. But barring any sort of action from Capcom, I don't think anything's going to happen. It's such a long animation that plays at the end of Bug Blow. I I bring sonic bombs? They gave me some. I forget how to use them. Something like during a beam or something? Oh, shoot. That's real rude. That's embarrassing, too. I didn't think I was that close to dying. That's bad. I don't have any, like, max potions or anything either. I'm not really worried about it. We're gonna be fine. So you just use the sonic bombs to pop the special heads off? That's no big deal, then. He's a good monster. I would say most of the original monsters and generations are done really well. The issue is all the copy-pasted monsters that feel like exactly the same as every other time we fought them before. I think in G rank he starts like with a better phase, right? Everybody loves Swarm, man. Oh, God. God, why does he hit so hard? Oh, please. I don't know if that counts as the hitbox or not, but I can't reach it. I think it counts because, like, I'm not bouncing. I would bounce otherwise if it was a bad hit zone, right? I'm just going to assume it's a little bit more generous. We should probably get some of these ballistas. Now would be the time to use them. Can I get blued? I mean, I'm not going to do it deliberately. We're not quite in one-shot territory, but we're close to it. So I'm a little afraid. Amatsu, hello. Little late for you. Not super, I guess, hold on, not super late. What is it? 5:30 p.m.? Pleasant afternoon for you. Oh, this Nikarkos is absolutely mint chip, and I don't think that's not even a debate. That's just like fact. It's so dangerous, but it's so good if you pull this off. Okay, we're not going to pull it off. But it's great when you do. So, like, will this work right now? I kind of like the music, too. Music's pretty good here. You beat this guy 16-3. Sounds like a pretty good victory. Oh! I didn't die. At least I'm not being like a little baby. Like, I'm going in. If you do enough damage to his head, like, you get a good flinch. I forget how... I think you gotta break... Yeah, if you break one of the heads, it gets rid of the goo mouth. Thanks for the heal. We could probably go back in again, because we got absolute evasion up. That was a lie. It was categorically a lie. Heal me again. I want to get another swarmed bug blow off. There we go. That looks so cool. You said you appreciate him? That's so nice of you to say. You should say that. They try to tear you down, just lift them up, man. Should really sharpen. This is super dangerous, but I want to get in there. I missed the bug blow. Got another down. That's good. I feel like that attack has got to be okay. Well, this is sad. Get off. Please. Alright, I'll try the Sonic Bomb now. Does it work? Yep. And the lighting gets so good in here when he starts going a little crazy. Ooh! That looked like an Aragon head to me too, yeah. It's actually not one of the... It's not that bad. I think the Bracky head is the worst. Yeah, the Bracky head is terrible. Almost time for the bug blow. That wasn't fair. I didn't have time to get out of the way. What does the Ignactor head do? Does it shoot lasers? How am I? Can't believe this has happened. I think he's in relax mode right now. Oh no, he's still out. That's so unfortunate. This is the end of high rank. Yep. We're gonna have, we gotta take the... The Monster Hunter Generations playthrough is currently gonna be visiting Grandma. For a little bit. The most unique monster. I can't think of anything that would tie it. Alto Ka? I would say unique monster that makes sense within the lore of Monster Hunter. Alto Ka is too extra in my opinion. I don't know, man. I love the bug and all, but... It's just, I mean, it as a extra game, it makes sense, right? As like, we're gonna go all out with the weirdest, craziest thing we can come up with. Alchemical works. But it doesn't, I don't think it really makes sense, like, within Monster Hunter. Like, if you imagine seeing that thing in, like, World, like, what the hell is this thing? I need to go in. Oh! Yeah, I would definitely take two more phases with increasing amounts of objects in Altolka. Like the robot segments just feel like almost like a waste of time. Let me see how much time we have left. The Net Cafe. We might be able to start. Try. We got like an hour. Yeah, oh, that'd be so cool if it had like hunter weapons. And it was like picking up like, yeah, rusted like great swords, rusted hammers, stuff like that. I'd love to see that. It's a shame we don't get a cutscene. We just talk to an old lady, and she's like, go kill Diablos. Or Deviants. Well, we'll at least go to the Hunter's Pub. What happened to the hair? There was a horrific Chi-Gu accident. I got a mega beef bowl with extra 3 cheese, and it was too hot, and the cheese flew out of the bowl, and it burned off my hair. Still, we're almost done. It's about to. We're gonna talk to her, and we're gonna end it. Not even gonna do the Diablos. I'm sorry if that makes anyone sad. All right. Let me see if I think I've got Try ready to go. So let's give that a shot.